At Minnesota, they have everything from a Heisman to a Nagurski in their rich legacy. And today in Minneapolis, the Golden Gophers hope to add another memorable chapter. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
That's about as close as you can get. And it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They're going to ride this running back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And the Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry up. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dialing up a second down pass play. Got the quick pass. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Golden Gophers have this offense rolling. From the gun, running back on the move.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Pope. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Washington's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
On the option. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Washington sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling and create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Using his legs, it's Pope. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Tackle is made after the first down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Buys a little extra time. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Now the play fake. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Off-play action on first down. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. First down here for the offense. He's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkiller. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Off play action. Finds a man on the left. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Huskies.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Arizona State somehow, some way, found a way there in Tempe and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Offense set on first down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Line gets set. First down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And he got a hand in there.
Tight end.
Incomplete.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. So the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up. This time they'll go to the running game. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Trying play action. Extending the play. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him redirect.
And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. They march 78 yards down the field, and they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. And it's loose. And the defense has it. They're going the other way.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback checking off. Off the play fake on first down. He'll pull it down. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
The great thing about running a bootleg is it gets the quarterback outside the pocket right now. It allows him to use his athleticism. You got to drop back. You got to use your eyes. You got to play the pass first, and then all of a sudden he takes off and chews up yards so quickly.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chance, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking for space. It's Pope. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. Try to get it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Probably the only people upset about going for it on 4th down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on 4th down.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And this quarterback to think about, stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
On third down, he drops to throw. They're bringing heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. No good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
Minnesota 10, Washington 7.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
I think you've got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Gonna let it fly. And the missed connection on third down.
The offense gets pretty lucky there. Third down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick six.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And the returner will be dragged down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute on it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On second down, just keeps firing. Touchdown, Huskies! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The throw. Quick strike complete. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Quick handoff. Made a defender miss. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And that defense doesn't allow a... Get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice job on the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Quarterback checking the play. Off the play fake. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast, wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team there.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
He's got him, and they convert. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. On the ground, it's Pope. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Oh, he missed it. No good. And it is still a 4-point deficit.
14, Minnesota 10.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Finds his tight end. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. He's going to pass. looking to scramble. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. All wideouts, no backs. On second down, wants to throw. Gets it out quickly. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only...
Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. Looking for more room. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Minneapolis.
The Golden Gophers will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Didn't really get a chance to get... return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab on the left. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. That completion delivers a first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Going to the run. It's long. Able to get 1 down to the 15.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Handoff from the shotgun. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Purdue looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Boilermakers. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Heck of a showing.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. A 1st down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Feeling some heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. And that is just a spectacular punt, and he will pin them in the shadow of their own goalpost inside the 5. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll go to the counter. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Yeah, it's a really good job with the misdirection, right? Bringing somebody's one direction with so much speed, the defense reacts. Now you bring another guy the other direction. Hard to see one and then react to the other, especially with that kind of speed on the field. That's why you had a big play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. At the 45 on his way. He's off to the races. He's at the... into the end zone unimpeded. except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. They'll line up for a second down play. Quick release by the QB. Oh, look out! He's at the 10. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the right. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. He's loose on the right. Strikes the blow. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Line getting set on second down. The play action fake. Caught in the backfield. It's long. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it. Made a quick tackle.
The ball's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Now, this is a receiving group that practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure. After he makes the catch, that's a costly giveaway.
Throws to the tight end. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He wants to throw it. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defense denying a big play as we played 3 quarters. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver. Out
of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Nowhere to run the carry.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Washington sends out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Now the play fake. Quarterback extends the play. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
He got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now they'll try to get the 2 and make it a 3-point game late. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to go
Point conversion.
short. You know, like you got to run that route into the end zone so when he catches it, he gets credit for the 2-point play. But they're stopped short, no points.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep it off.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll throw it. He's got the tight end. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And it was the defense that got this started, right? They were the ones who got the stop, forced the punt, gave it back to the offense, who now just picked up a nice completion. You win as a team, but give the defense credit for getting this thing going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to take off. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. They'll run the quarterback sneak. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you can...
Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short. Still a 1-point game here in the fourth. They'd hoped to push this edge out to a field goal, but they were denied. Here's the return from inside his 10. They didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped up for 17. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. The quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
He's going to pass on second down. And that ball is picked off. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. In the red area, it's Pope. The Golden Gophers have a 1st down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Man, at this stage of the game, does that hurt to have 6 points taken off the board? Now they've got to regroup and try to get it in again. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Let's go! Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up for it.
And this one splits the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Oregon has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 19 over Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. At the 35, he's loose. Off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Finds the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Comes out throwing on first down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the pass is intercepted. Puts him in the spinner and moves on. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They go to the ground. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Washington sends out the punt team. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And they swarm him under. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. It's complete, a huge pickup. He's loose. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Minnesota! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he grabs it at the 15. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Washington.
It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Going for 6. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Huskies. And in the final moment, they've taken the lead.
Number 8.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. You just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.